Imagine this. You turn 60, and on the outside, things seem fine. But deep down, you start noticing some subtle shifts. Your energy isn't what it used to be. Intimacy with your partner sometimes feels like a routine. And your confidence? Well, it's not quite as strong as it once was. If this sounds familiar, I want you to know you are absolutely not alone. Did you know? A 2023 study from Harvard found that 1 in every 2 American men over 60 has faced some kind of sexual health change, like lower desire or erectile difficulties. Here's the good news. Most men are able to dramatically improve their quality of life with small, consistent changes, like adding a morning walk, tweaking their meals, or opening up honest conversations with their partner. Trust me, I get it. I've had men come to my office and tell me, "Doc, I think my best days are behind me." But let me tell you, I've seen men who thought hope was gone completely turn things around and feel stronger, happier, and more alive than they have in decades. The secret isn't about your age. It's about how you treat your body, your heart, and your relationships, one small step at a time. By the way, where are you watching from? Drop your city or state in the comments below. This isn't just a channel. It's a real community of men who are ready to talk honestly and support each other, no matter where we're from. You might be surprised to find out how many men right in your city are going through the same things. So let's get started. Let's talk about the real reasons behind these changes, the practical steps you can take, and how reigniting intimacy can help you write the best chapter of your life, starting right now. Stick with me. What comes next could truly change your journey. Once you hit 60, your body starts to go through a bunch of changes that most men don't even notice. At least not until it really starts to affect your sex life. Here's the thing. These changes aren't weird, and they definitely don't mean your best days are behind you. First off, let's talk about blood flow. As we get older, our arteries naturally lose some of their flexibility. That means it gets harder for blood to reach the penis, and as you probably know, good circulation is absolutely essential for strong, lasting erections. Then there's nitric oxide. This is a little molecule your body makes to help open up those blood vessels. But as the years go by, you just don't make as much of it. Less nitric oxide means less blood flow, plain and simple. Now add to that the steady drop in testosterone, the main male hormone, which usually starts to decline after your 40s or 50s. Lower testosterone can take a toll on your sex drive, your energy, even your mood and confidence. There's one more piece that often gets ignored. Your pelvic floor muscles. These are the muscles that help you control erections and ejaculation. If you don't keep them strong, they can get weaker over time too, making things feel less reliable. Here's what's important. Erectile dysfunction isn't just about sex. Many times it's an early warning sign of bigger health issues, like heart disease, diabetes, or other metabolic problems. Science helps us understand what's happening, but knowing isn't enough. So let's get practical. Let's talk about the real solutions you can start using today. Solution number 1, optimizing blood flow naturally. Through the years, I've seen men transform not by taking a magic pill, but by making small, smart changes that restore healthy blood flow. I remember Walter, a 68-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. He came to see me, frustrated and worried, because his energy and confidence just weren't the same. Instead of focusing only on symptoms, we looked at the root cause, his morning routine. It was a turning point neither of us expected. Here's what every man over 60 should know. Strong, lasting intimacy depends on good circulation. Think of your blood vessels as garden hoses. When they're open and flexible, everything works smoothly. When they stiffen or clog, pressure drops and performance suffers. Pills can help in the short term, but if those hoses aren't healthy, medication won't fix the root problem. The real secret? Simple daily habits that support nitric oxide production and keep blood flowing where it matters. Start your day with a brisk 15 to 20-minute walk, ideally outside in the morning sun. This single habit not only wakes up your circulation, but also boosts natural vitamin D, a nutrient many older men lack, which is key for blood flow. Add foods rich in natural nitrates to your breakfast and lunch, like roasted beets, watermelon slices, or a handful of leafy greens. Even small amounts 3 or 4 times a week can make a real difference. Walter swapped pastries for a daily walk and added beets to his meals. Within weeks, his energy, mood, and intimacy improved. As Walter discovered, changing your morning can change everything. But while healthy blood flow is crucial, it's only part of the puzzle. The next piece? Building strength from the inside out, especially the muscles most men overlook. Solution number 2, strengthening the pelvic floor and staying active. A while back, I was chatting with a group of men during a community health talk, and someone asked me, "Doc, is there really anything we can do besides eating better and taking walks?" I smiled and told them about a surprising secret I've seen change lives: the pelvic floor. It's not something most men ever think about, but for men like David, a 74-year-old volunteer coach from Florida, learning about these hidden muscles was a game changer. At first, David joked that he'd never heard of a pelvic floor outside of a home improvement show, but after trying the exercises, he found a new sense of stability and control, both in his daily life and in his marriage. You see, the pelvic floor muscles act as your body's foundation for strength and support. As they weaken with age, many men notice more trouble with balance, urgency, or staying power in intimate moments. The fix is simpler than you might think. Just sit or lie down and gently squeeze the muscles you'd use to stop urinating. Hold for 5 seconds, then release for 5. Repeat this 10 times twice a day and combine it with a daily walk or light strength exercise. What's truly remarkable is that studies in the US have shown that after just 12 weeks of pelvic floor training, over 70% of men over 65 reported better bladder control and real improvements in intimacy. David's new routine gave him back the confidence he thought he'd lost. Of course, true strength isn't just physical. The next step is learning how your thoughts, emotions, and mindset can transform everything. Solution number 3, managing anxiety, stress, and emotional barriers. Sometimes the biggest breakthroughs I see in men's health don't come from the body at all. They come from the mind. I remember Carlos, a 69-year-old retired firefighter from Texas. He had always been strong for his family, but after months of worry and frustration about intimacy, he found himself pulling away from his wife, feeling embarrassed and alone. What turned things around wasn't a medication or a diet. It was finally opening up about his fears, both with himself and with her. Stress and anxiety are powerful forces that can work against you, even when your body is capable. When your mind is caught in a cycle of worry, what if I can't perform? Or, what if I let her down? Your brain releases stress hormones like cortisol. These hormones tighten blood vessels and block the very responses you need for intimacy. The harder you try, the more difficult it becomes. So what's the way out? First, give yourself permission to slow down. Start with a deep breath. In through your nose for 4 counts, out through your mouth for 6. Repeat this a few times, especially before intimate moments or conversations. Second, try sharing your feelings with your partner. You might say, "I've been feeling stressed and it's affecting us. I want to work through this together." You'll be surprised how understanding most partners are. Carlos found new confidence and connection through honesty. Next, let's look at how simple nutrition and the right medical advice can boost your energy and drive from within. Solution number 4, foods, vitamins, and treatments that really work. One of the most eye-opening moments in my practice is watching a man realize that miracle pills and expensive supplements rarely solve the real problem. Take John, a 70-year-old retired postman from Michigan. He came to me with a bag full of vitamins, frustrated that nothing seemed to work. We took a different approach, focusing on proven nutrients, real food, and evidence-based medical options. For most men over 60, low energy, drive, and performance often trace back to deficiencies in vitamins D, B12, and E. Without enough vitamin D, your body can't produce the nitric oxide needed for blood flow. Low B12 means your nerves and energy pathways aren't firing at full strength. And vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant, keeps blood vessels flexible and supports hormone health. The best way to boost these nutrients? Build a simple routine. Spend 15 minutes in the morning sun for vitamin D. Add salmon or eggs to your breakfast. Snack on a handful of nuts for vitamin E. And include leafy greens for extra support. If your energy is still low, a quality supplement, checked with your doctor, can help. Here's something that surprises many men. A large study in the US found that men over 60 who raised their vitamin D levels from low to healthy reduced their risk of heart disease and erectile problems by nearly 40% in just 1 year. John shifted to this plan, and within a month, his confidence, mood, and intimacy returned. But nutrition is just one part. Real connection starts with honest conversations. Let's talk about how to rebuild intimacy and strengthen relationships at any age. Solution number 5, rebuilding intimacy and relationship strength. Some of the most rewarding moments I've witnessed are when couples turn routine into adventure and rediscover what makes their bond special. After years of routines, Michael and Susan from California realized their marriage needed more than just conversation. It needed new experiences. They decided to try something different. A weekly date night, no distractions, just time for each other. They cooked together, took evening walks, even tried dancing in their living room. At first it felt unfamiliar, but over time these small adventures reignited a spark. Rebuilding intimacy isn't just about talking. It's about showing up, making space for affection, and exploring new ways to connect. Try holding hands during a walk, giving your partner a genuine compliment, or planning a simple surprise. Even small gestures, a gentle touch on the shoulder, sharing a memory, a thank you for little things. Remind both of you that you're more than just roommates. If it's been a while, start with one action this week that shows you care. You don't have to change everything overnight. Like Michael and Susan, you may find the journey brings back not only warmth and laughter, but a new chapter in your relationship, one filled with curiosity, kindness, and joy. We've covered a lot together today, and if you're still here, I want to thank you for taking the time to care for your health and your happiness. Let's quickly recap the essentials. Changes in intimacy after 60 are not just a sign of aging. They're your body's way of asking for care and attention. When you recognize the signals, focus on healthy blood flow, strengthen those overlooked muscles, and bring honesty into your daily routine, you're not just improving your love life. You're protecting your heart, boosting your confidence, and rediscovering what it means to feel truly connected. Remember, small steps matter. Whether it's a morning walk, a handful of greens, a few minutes of breathing, or a simple, loving gesture, every choice helps you reclaim your vitality. If there's one lesson I've learned in all my years as a physician, it's that it's never too late to start over. You're not alone. Millions of men have walked this road and found more joy, strength, and intimacy than they ever expected. So here's my invitation. Take one new action this week for your health, your relationship, or yourself. Share your questions, your progress, or your hopes in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and let me know what topic you'd like to see next. I truly read every message. You deserve happiness, energy, and a deep connection, no matter your age. I'm Dr. Benjamin Carter, and I'm proud to be part of your journey. Until next time, keep moving forward. Your best years are still ahead. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. It does not replace medical advice. Please consult your healthcare provider before making changes to your diet, exercise, or supplement routine, especially if you have underlying health conditions.